Speak a little bit more about this notion of honoring the darkness that takes place in this process, because I mean, what does that mean? What would that look like?
I think that one of my great teachers who I've sat with, who I would say taught me how to do this in a very deep way, was Pema Chodron. I've really done quite a few retreats, and I've sat with a number of wonderful teachers. But the opportunity to be with what is has really been my practice. And so it's easy when I'm connected to the love and to the joy. But when that grief comes up again, which I carry, it is in my genes, and it can come up quite suddenly. Now, of course, I know how to meet it. And
quite suddenly being just triggered by...
not even having a conscious trigger. All of a sudden, it will just start to come out.
I can relate to that, because that happens with me as well. Sometimes seemingly out of nowhere, I'll feel that sense of sadness or grief. So I'm sure I have, I'm sure I have some constellation work to do myself.
So the opportunity is to recognize immediately that that is happening, and to stay connected, to take a deep breath and open.
Connected to what?
To myself, to my breath. So I can breathe in life and have more capacity to feel the pain, the grief, whatever it is, and to allow it to be there. So I breathe it in and I breathe it out. And I quietly say to myself, yes. And I label it grief. So I'll breathe in yes to life, I'll breathe out the grief. So I'm honoring that this is my experience. I cannot deny that this is my experience. And I don't want to indulge in it either, because I have done that a lot in my life. It has been so powerful at times that, like a current that takes you into the ocean, I didn't know how to get up. But now I know how to allow myself to feel the depth of what is there, and simultaneously to breathe in the power of life. So I am saying yes to it all.
So I've been doing some listening, some reading of Eckhart Tolle, and he talks about the pain body.
Yes.
And similarly, in a way to what you're saying, what he talks about is observing it.
Right.
Do you see some similarity?
Yes, and he also says if you can't observe it because it is so strong and it's taking over, then you let yourself dive in and with no restraint, with no holding back, allow yourself again to feel it to the core with as much awareness as possible. So what happens is that when we resist something, we actually create more of it. But if we open the door and we just let it move through, our attachment to it and our identification with it becomes less.
So it's to just feel the totality of that pain. I mean, sometimes that's hard. I mean, a kind of habitual thing is to move away from pain.
Right.
So in this case, it's to really move into it, to feel it, and to be as present as possible.
That's right.
Okay, so that's a step when you're by yourself, and then...
Yes. And then when we're in a group, we all do it together. When someone is having a very deep experience, we all together breathe in the power of love. And we hold the field of love so that the person feels that support and safety, and they feel the permission to go all the way, as deep as they can, to feel whatever else is there. It is so powerful and so beautiful, because it is in one tear that you can feel it all simultaneously. The depth of grief and the depth of love. It's amazing. To me, that's what amazing really is. No pushing away. To be that open and be willing to feel it all in the moment. To me, that's life.
Wow.
That's really being a life.
Wow. So what background do you bring to all of this? What things have I mean you've talked about that, but what other things have you done in your life? You've been I think you met Richard at massage school.
Right, I've done natural healing. There's a lot of alternative healing modalities that I've done, but a part of the foundation really of what brought me to this work is I worked at the Option Institute with I was going to say I also did voice dialogue with Hal Stone and Sidra Winkleman, and the option process with Barry and Susie Kaufman. And that was a really big part of my learning and foundation of understanding the psychology of what we all carry. And I've certainly have gone to school at the New School for Social Research, and so I had a lot of understanding there. And it just kept evolving until I feel like now it's all a part of what I'm doing now. And so this too, it's not strictly Hellinger work. It is about healing our family system. And so I'm integrating all of those modalities in this. It's definitely an opportunity to heal what we carry so we can be more in presence. And I would say every experience certainly that I've had has brought me to this moment. And I would say the most powerful experiences have been when I have been in deep feeling and have had healing around it, and knowing my mother got better, or my father felt better, or even my brother, who was born in this country, had an opening take place for him that he didn't even know he had anything else happening inside of him. That's what really helped me understand that as I heal myself, I heal all my relations. It's not just for me, it's for all beings.
I really want to thank you for bringing this to the Maui community. And again, to contact Naomi, you go to her website, naomifiske.com, and I know you'll be back on Maui again soon, yes. So anyone interested, contact Naomi. And I really want to thank you so much, Stephen, for being on this show. Very grateful.
Thank you. Me too. Blessings upon you.
Thank you. So that's it for another wonderful episode of Life on Maui. I want you to keep looking forward. The next show is going to be very interesting. Another member of The Secret will be on the show. So we're looking forward to that. And I want to take this opportunity now to speak about something very personal. And that is that life on Maui has taught me that everyone has a legacy. And as a result, I've created a business called Your Legacy Video. This gives anyone in the community, particularly as we get on in age, but really for anyone, gives an opportunity for me to interview them, to find out their values, their wishes, their hopes, their advice, to pass down to their children, to their grandchildren, and so forth. So contact me at the website you see, yourlegacyvideo.com, and I'll work with you and I'll bring everything that I've learned from this show, 2 years experience doing this, to Your Legacy Video. So thank you again for joining us for this show, and hope to see you back next time. Until then, aloha.
Call me crazy, but I'm never giving up. crazy